All right, we've got our trusty CU50 Waeco right here. It's all packed up to the brim with all the gear that we need for a longer stay at Fraser. We're here for a week. We're camped down at Dundabara, which is down 20 k's past Indian Head, down south. And we've got our vacuum sealed stew. We did a bit of preparation before we left on our trip, and we did some pasta sauces, we did some stews, we did some soups as well. Now what we did with our stew to get it to this case, we use the Fresh Shield. The Fresh Shield is the best vacuum sealer. It's got a filter on the back, Melbourne-based company, plenty of warranty. It's not a cheap Chinese type scenario. But what we've done is we've done our stew before we left. We've frozen it into a block, and then we vacuum sealed it and then put it in our fridges. And what we did when it was actually rock solid frozen, we stood them up inside the fridge. This was the same for our soups and our stews. We've also done our fantastic meats. We've got all our beautiful Christmas hams. It's January at the moment. We've just done all our Christmas hams in packages, so they're all in lunch portions, so that we've got everything nice and fresh in our fridge. The way we do vacuum sealing is it pulls out all the oxygen and all the microbiomes that break down your food, which means that your food stays fresher longer. We use our Waeco fridges. It's pretty hot here today. It's about 32 degrees. We use our Waeco. There's a lot of reasons why we choose Waeco. It's a polypropylene construction, which means it's not a conductor of heat. So when the sun's beating down on us like it is at the moment, it stays really, really cool, which means your compressor doesn't work as hard, which means it's going to stay cooler longer and perform better in heat. The other reason we choose Waeco is you can actually set your climate to whatever you want it to be. So if you want to set it to 2 degrees or as a freezer at minus 18, you can do that. You don't have to make any adjustments on the day. Also with the 50 litre, it fits nicely into most of your storage system. This one here is the Black Widow system. It sits nicely in there. CU50 does a family of 4 quite nicely. Now, most of the Waeco Prados are out. Most of the guys in our group on this trip, there's 4 or 5 of us. We've got all got single batteries. We use the RAP36 battery pack back at camp for all our lighting, which is great, and we charge it while we're travelling. CU50, like I said, does a family of 4 quite nicely. It's a great fridge. Side opening. Now, out on the market now, we're noticing a lot of cheap copies of Waeco. Now, it's quite flattering. But the big thing to look out for with cheap copies of fridges or cheaper fridges is your warranty and services, like buying a winch. If you buy a brand name winch, it burns out in Alice Springs, you know you can sort it out on the road. The same thing happens with your fridge. There's only a couple of major brands that give you true national backup anywhere in Australia. And Waeco is #1 with 231 service agents Australia-wide. So we are a natural choice for buying a fridge. We also build our evaporator plates into the fridge, which means we don't have any hot spots in our fridge. It's very easy to clean, and there's also no loss of space. The other thing we do with all of our fridges, it'll be a bit hard to see on the filming today, but we've actually got horizontal and vertical support in the basket. Now we've just been going down a pretty rickety, sandy track the last 10 minutes. We're waiting for the tide to go out. We've got horizontal vertical support in our basket so that our cans and our bottles and things don't rupture inside our fridge. A lot of the other brands out on the market don't have the horizontal support, they only have vertical, which means that the cans rub. The evaporator plates in all the fridges is usually harder than an aluminium can. So having the ability to have horizontal vertical support in your basket means that everything's stronger, lasts longer inside your fridge. And of course, having a built-in no loss of space. We've got a dairy section in the front of our fridges. The dairy section is always 4 degrees warmer than the rest of the fridge. Butter, margarine, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, avocados, fantastic up in that front section. The interior light on the Waeco turns off and doesn't just stay on. So it's a natural, logical choice. If you are looking for a fridge, we've come across lots of people here on the island over the last few days. We've been giving out hats and stubby holders. They're loving their Waecos because they work so well and you can set the temperature. It is a logical choice for buying a fridge. I'm Trevor Ryan from Waeco. Welcome to Fraser Island, and see you on YouTube.